coaching with quantum therapeutics, intuitive and empath. And I just wanted to share this little moment. You know, one of the things that is really amazing to me is learning that I was highly sensitive. I had no idea that I was actually sensitive. I heard a friend referred this article to me. It's called 30 Traits of an Empath. Please look it up if you think you're sensitive. But that article opened my mind, opened my eyes, and really made so much sense of places that I've struggled in my life. Turns out I'm 29 and a half of the 30, and it was kind of a shock to me. Like, I had no idea. I knew I was intensive, I was intuitive, I knew I was sensitive. And I just want to kind of bust that whole thing. Highly sensitive people, HSPs, there's such a stigma about being sensitive as a weakness, as being too emotional or too sensitive, as if you're frail. And that's just not the case. It's just describing your level of awareness and your level of connectivity with what's happening around you, like my cat chatting right now. And so being highly sensitive is not a detriment. It's not an impediment. It is not a handicap, although without actually knowing how to navigate that, without actually knowing how to manage it, it can feel like a handicap. And I felt very debilitated for the majority of my life until I started learning some skills. So here's a few things that might cue you into you might be a highly sensitive person. If you can walk into a room and have kind of a spot reading of where everybody is emotionally before they even open their mouths, you might be highly sensitive. If you can feel trees and connect with nature in a way that just opens your heart, you might be highly sensitive. If you love four-legged animals, as mine's coming in, chatting up a storm, you might be highly sensitive. So it just means that your nervous system is wired in such a way that you're taking in more information from your environment than most people are. And I believe more and more people are opening up into their sensitivities in that way. I've been gone for a while, so he's just like telling me all about it. So here's something that you can do. If you believe that you're a highly sensitive person, I'm going to be giving over the weeks some tools of how to navigate this, how to recognize it, and how to embrace it. Because I really hated the fact that I was so sensitive. I didn't like it. And I know a lot of the people that I work with on a regular basis, they have a hard time with it too. People just do not enjoy feeling the world around you. So I'm going to give you one of my very fundamental tools of protection. I've been in and out of hospitals the last few days with a family member. And so when I go into those environments, there's a lot of energy in those environments. Nobody likes going to the hospital, and there's a lot of uncomfortable energy about being in a hospital. So you could imagine that you're just in this bubble, a bubble of light and or a plexiglass bubble, whatever makes your body go, oh, and just takes that little breath, like some kind of layer of protection around you so that you can relate and move through the world in a way where it's not so invasive. I like to think about, the sneeze guards on salad bars, that there's a reason we have a protective layer around our food when there's a lot of people around it. Well, we energetically need the same thing. So that's one thing that you could do, is just imagine you're in a bubble, moving through the world, and the only thing that comes into your bubble, into your space, is energy that you're inviting in. Just the feel-good stuff. And all the other stuff can just stay outside your bubble. It's not about changing the rest of the world. We cannot do that. But finding a way to move through the world as a sensitive being, I think took me some time, took me some training. And I am excited to share that with you and help you gear up so that you can too move through the world and have it impact you less, have it drain your energy less, so you can have healthier relationships, more satisfying, fulfilling conversations that don't feel like everything and everyone's pulling on you. So Many blessings to all my highly sensitive people out there. You're not alone. And there's ways to navigate it, to move through the world where it's liberating, where you get to feel magical and creative and not so oppressed by the world. I want to be the one that helps you do that. So if you need some assistance, please reach out. Please leave your comments in the chat box about what you're doing that's helping you move through the world. Many blessings to you, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.